Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing today? It's Friday, August 6th. First full week of August. What another crazy week filled with opportunity. Right now, we got BYSI going on a nice pop this morning from 22 all the way up to almost 26. A nice $4 spike to the upside. The market hasn't even opened yet, and we're getting spikes out here. I jumped in on BYSI right when it was breaking 2250 with 1,500 shares, already starting the day up almost $1,200. Market hasn't even started yet in 30 minutes. So now we're sitting good. We can kick back and see what comes to us instead of trying to force trades. We also had WEBR have a nice pop this morning from 17 up to almost 19. This could very well test $20. This is a new IPO. It opened yesterday. We were talking about this yesterday. It wedged out right here. And we were saying we don't know which way it wants to go. It could go to the upside or the downside. Now it's decided to go up. So ideally from here, what I would look for on WEBR is for it to open up in the market and come back down near this $17. I'd want to see 17, 16.50 hold as support and build off of that for that run up to maybe $20. So I wouldn't be looking to buy in up here. That's just stupid. We also got AMC still going on a good run. This hit a high of 35 from yesterday. This was a powerhouse yesterday. I really don't know if it's going to continue today, to be honest, because it's right at its trend line on the bigger time frame at 34 here. If it gets over 34, this thing could see, I'm going to say maybe 37. What else we got out here? NEGG. This thing could go on a pop today as well. This went on a big rip yesterday from 18 all the way up to 24. It's pulled back 50% and it's been just chilling like a villain right at that psychological $20. So off this $20, we could see it pop up to 22. We can keep that on watch. And then don't forget about the juggernaut BTBT. What an insane runner. This thing has been going for 2 weeks straight, non-stop. Talk about Frank the Tank. I gotta do it. Frank the Tank. That's BTBT right there. Just insane. 10 days straight. This thing's been on a wicked run. Hitting a high of 16, I think, after hours. Or yesterday, it ran up and hit almost 1650. And then don't forget about ZY as well. This was the one that went on a rip after hours. This popped up to 1650. Now it's pulling back and right now, but don't underestimate this thing. Let's take a look at CNBC. So right now, it looks like futures are just about flat going into the open. We got payroll increases to 943,000 in July as unemployment rate slides to 5.4%. Everywhere we go, it just seems like we run into now hiring signs. All right, so we got 25 minutes before this market opens. What's our goal and our plans on Friday, guys? Let's get in there, get that money, and get out. I'm going to bring over what I currently have up right now. These are all the stocks that I have up on watch currently going into the open. Top left up here, BTBT. Let me get my Epic pen. BTBT, AMC, Hood, Robinhood, BYSI, PROF, CCRN. Don't scratch CARV. I was just having that up. I'm looking to replace this one actually. So I'll put a purple one there. I'll actually replace CYTK as well. We got ATOM on watch. Ooh, don't forget about NCTY. I like this one. NCTY, if it rips up over that 13, that thing could start skipping to the upside. It likes to run. I'm probably looking to replace GBT as well. We got WEBR, NEGG, ZY, and ASTR. So I got three stocks up there I gotta replace. Let's see what we can replace these stocks with. Anything gapping up this morning you guys think is worth keeping your eyes on? I don't see anything as of right now. Maybe we could put YELP up, as this one is at multi-year highs. I'll put Yelp up there. YELP. It's up because they raised their full year revenue outlook. Oh, what was that? Hawk, what was that one you were watching yesterday? I think it was AHPI? CEMI? CEMI had a good 40-cent pop on it, and then popped after hours. There was like a pump and dump one. I think it was this one. AHPI. Okay. AHPI. This thing is still most definitely in play. We can see it clear as day. It's just baselining right at 825, $8. It can pop $1. It can. It's kind of on the risky side though. You got to be quick with it. Ideally, man, this stock is set up so nice. All it needs is a press release. If that press release comes in, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Clearly, looking back at this thing loves to spike right here. Look at these pops on it. It's worth throwing on your watch list. Speaking of Donkey Kong, they had good earnings. And it got a good pop. Oh, yeah. This thing didn't pop. This thing ramped. Wow. Yeah, look at how it just built up right at that 50-50 and tested that $50 or 50-50 multiple times. And then they finally blew the top on it and off it went. That's a beautiful play. There should be a name for a play like this. Like, blow the top or something. I don't know. We could throw DKNG up on the watch list. See how this wants to set up. Got about 18 minutes before the market opens. I think it's safe to switch over to our scanners. Let's blow through some charts real quick to see if there's any other setups worth keeping an eye on. MBST. Yeah. MVST is a new IPO. It opened up on the 26th. This is at all-time new highs. Yeah, let's throw MVST up. I'm going to replace that with CARV. See how that wants to set up and play. You know what? Actually, as well, MVST, look at the chart here. It looks very, very similar to Donkey Kong. Or DraftKings. I always call that Donkey Kong. Always. See the top right here on MVST? And then it blows up. That top, it finally blows. Now if we type back in DKNG, I'll cause it Donkey Kong too. It's just so... the way it's abbreviated. So there's the top on DraftKings, and the top gets blown off on it. Very similar setup on MVST. Donkey Kong. what was that one? AHPI, no, not AHPI, ASTR. This one, okay. This one went on a ramp. Talk about Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2021. This thing went from 850 all the way up to almost 12. Pulled back from, I think ASTR is most definitely worth keeping an eye on. I'm going to replace that with CYTK. ASTR, I'd look for it to hold up at this $10. Either $10 or the previous day's close right here at 10.25. From here, we could see it rip back up to 11. like Anvil, you know how they turn their speakers up to 11? They turn it up one more notch. We could see this pop up to 11, maybe 11.50. FLGC. This could go on a bounce too. We got a lot of good setups out here. We really do. FLGC, if it holds up. This is why I plot the previous day's close on my charts, guys. I just see so many setups off of that previous day's close. To me, I think a lot of people pay attention to the price level where the stock closed the previous day. And when I look at this, I mean, to me, it's just baselining right at that previous day's close. And it's at 11.50. So 11.50, 12. This could pop back up to 13, 13.50, maybe 14. You're exactly right, Frank. It's most definitely is a psychological thing. There's a couple ways you can do it, though. You can use the previous day's close, or you could use the opening price the current day. But with Thinkorswim or Street Smart Edge, they don't have it where you can plot the opening price. I don't really like that. If I could, I would have the opening price on my chart. On Thinkorswim, I usually do have the opening price plotted on my chart. I try to have both. Daily open right there. So I got the daily open. And then I also like to have the close as well. I guess I don't have it on here. But that white line right there, that's what that one is the opening price yesterday. So when this opens up, that white line, let's say it opens right there, it'll plot it right there. All right. FLGC, that's worth keeping an eye on too, I think. What about Robinhood? Most definitely. Robinhood, still keep it on watch. That's a good bounce off. That's, man, look at that. Right off of 50 bucks. Beautiful. From 50 bucks runs up $7 a share. Look at that explosion. 53 all the way up to 56.50. That's money. Also, Sava. This was on our weekly watch list Sunday. Every single day, this thing grinded up. Way down here at $65. It ran all the way up over 100. So Sava, this would have been a solid swing trade the whole week after that big sell-off it had. When it got just demolished right there. And look at just how, and this is like a secret. Measure the whole move. This thing bounced up about 50% of that measured move right there. You'll see a lot of stocks like to do stuff like that. I have a problem sometimes. I can break down charts super wicked fast or talk about something real fast, and I forget that new people, they can't grasp and comprehend what I'm actually talking about. ANVS. This thing, it's trying to bounce. This was like the same idea as Sava. And that's right, Sava filled that gap in the chart. Stocks love trying to fill gaps. So you see here, ANVS, there's a big gap right here. We call that a void in the chart. So a lot of times, not all the time, but this is a strategy you can put in your playbook. Anytime you have a big gap down like that, and it creates a void in the chart, right there, traders will put these stocks on their watch list, and they'll keep eyes on it for it to come all the way back up and try to fill that gap all the way right back up to where it came from. Does it happen all the time? No, it doesn't, but you do see it happen a lot. Ooh, let's not forget about DLPN and that magical $11. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of opportunity out here. There's a lot of good setups. We just have to wait and see which opportunity presents itself to us. Let's go after that easy opportunity. DLPN tested that $11 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5, 6 times. Breaks over that 11, this thing's gonna pop to 11.50, 12, 12.50. It's worth keeping an eye on. I'm actually gonna replace YELP with DLPN. 5 more minutes. INFI over those moving averages on the daily can be good. I'm going to disagree with that. Normally, you want to see a squeeze going on with those moving averages on the daily chart. Those moving averages are pretty much flatlining. What INFI really needs is a catalyst for it to up and go. I mean, it looks good for maybe a 50-cent bounce or rip to the upside, but there's nobody really paying attention to this. So you got to worry about slippage. Like this run up right here from 3 to 315. Look at how quickly it crumbled down to $3. And the flow is 86 million. So you're going to need a lot of volume to get up into this for it to even get up and going. That's why a lot of people, they pay attention to lower float stocks, because it doesn't take much volume to get it up and going. Normally, if you got a stock at all those big moving averages, it's like stay away from it, because it's going to be like a huge brick concrete prison wall. It's just not going to get through it. So how many times have we seen stocks gap up and it'd be the number one stock gapping up, and we'd look at it and we say it's not going to go anywhere because right above it, it's got that 50-day and that 200-day moving average. It's going to stall out. And sure enough, they stall out at those levels. Why? Because everybody has the 50-day and the 200-day moving average on their daily charts. Any free website that you go to that offers free charts, normally the default has these as the moving averages. So why not use what everybody else is seeing, right? Give it time though. This may pop up 50-cent though. I could see it hitting maybe 350. It just needs a catalyst. MVST. Let's see how it opens up. Market's about to open up here in a minute. Yeah, WEBR. It sucks. This thing ripped like that. It's not even worth chasing it. We still got opportunity out here. We still got BTBT. BTBT could start ripping. Look at this thing. It's pulling back on that 10-minute again. It could snap right back up to 1650s. Markets opened right now. So we got ANY popping off on the momentum scanners. ANY. This thing was a runner way back long time ago. And this is why we don't play the open. Right there. Look at that. That's why we don't play the open, guys. From 1975, this thing slammed down to $18. $1.75 in a blink of an eye. There goes BTBT. BTBT is just such a beast. Don't forget about ASTR. I really don't want to pay attention to BTBT. It's overcrowded, I think. I'd much rather pay attention to something that isn't that crowded and we can get those rips. Like ASTR, this thing could rip up to 11 easily because nobody's really paying attention to it. It's got 500,000 in volume. ASTR most definitely could snap up to 11.